Good morning. It's a very lovely misty morning here at the allotment. You can feel the road is still quite warm. There is autumn in the air and it's quite misty, and I have a list of things I would like to do today. Do some cuttings of the soft fruits, and if not, by the way, if not today, this weekend. So the cutting of the soft fruits, and I take them home to put them in some water to maybe root them that way, and also planting the Wheeler's Imperial Cabbage, which was donated by a friend, and I need to clear the some of the greenery there, some of the flowers, and amend the soil, and also perhaps overwinter some chilies and plant some onions or plant some spring bulbs, and we just see how we go along. Sometimes all these jobs are quite fluid, depending how much you manage to cram in. We're here only usually 2-3 hours, so a couple of mornings a week, and Nigel then comes more often to do various things, and he's engaged. Today he's glazing the greenhouse, so hopefully we will have something more to show you next weekend. However, today I'm assisted by Warty, who is nowhere to be seen at the moment, and I'm just going to get on with it. So I'll see you at the end of the weekend. I will see how we did. Thank you for watching. I'm going to be clearing shortly this bed out of nasturtium. I know they're still flowering, but it's just a matter of days now, I think, and I really need to get the cabbages in. So here are my cabbage seedlings. They have been slightly decimated by various things. I'm going to try to take them and see which ones are really viable still. So this is the chili bed. I just took the cover off it, and I will harvest whatever is left and try to remove the chilies, and I'll try to overwinter some of them. So this is one of the two beds, and amend just slightly because it has been amended before I planted the chilies, so give maybe 1.5 of wheelbarrow. So nothing on this one. I'm trying to leave as much of the root ball as possible, because some of them, depending how they come out, I will try to overwinter. I don't think this one did very well. In fact, some of them are better than others, I would say. Well, this one still has some chilies, which I'm going to cut off now. Okay, I'm just going to leave them here on the floor. So I don't mix them up. I'm just going to put this to the side here because these are different type. This one is still the previous type. Oh, I will have to put more compost in because I'm taking quite a lot of compost with this before. This one. Okay. So I need to so these are my Hungarian hotworks. I'm gonna try to plant like with like what we've got here. This one, the California Wonder again. I don't know, I might just do 3 of each. No, that one is full of fruit. So I might just bring a big bucket, fill it with soil and compost, and just sort them here and now, rather than carrying them around. So I prepped some buckets here. I put some just a normal soil, and I'm gonna try to not to shake off everything, but I'm trying to leave a couple of V's on these plants. I think this is the way to do it. Leave some, by the way, when you're doing your haircut, leave a little bit behind. So this one, I'm gonna take it down like that. Okay. Some of those bottom leaves. Let's see. Well, that looks okay, I think. Alright, and I'm gonna just place it in the bucket. So these are all my Hungarian peppers. And same with this one. You can pick up the peppers afterwards. They're gonna be sorted out and washed as well. There's still a flowering, which is quite amazing, really. A few even sort of. Okay, so this is the second one. I'll make sure that this thing is on that side. Okay, just falls down like that. So my third one of the same variety is this one. Let's see what we can do. See, I smell still small chilies, but I can't really wait any longer because I need these beds for onions. So here's the debris. I might have one more of the Hungarian hotworks. So I've got one here, and probably will just try to sort that one out. So I'm just going to try to stand them up a bit, and I've got compost here. I'm going to put the compost next to me so I can work with the whole thing better. I'm going to actually try to put a little bit of the soil in. rather than just compost on them. It's a little bit more stable. I have here proper compost. I'll just fill that up. I will give them some water. Not masses, and they're not supposed to get masses of water. The compost is still quite warm to the touch, funnily. Okay, so we're rocking and rolling with this one. So the first bucket, still quite a lot of leaves, and I will deal with that when I'm transferring them from the polytunnel to the greenhouse later on in a month. Now I will amend this bed and plant first lot of onions, because I haven't got any more beds available, and the other peppers are still actually producing and ripening, and I want to leave them for at least 1-2 more weeks. These beauties are going to go into polytunnel. Just one of them needs to be watered in. Well, I have my planting grid now, and slight change of plans. I'm actually going to plant all 3 varieties, 5 rows of this way, sort of horizontal way to the camera, and the rest of the 3 varieties in modules, and wait for the... So we'll be able to compare it, which is always quite a good thing to know. I better get on with it. So I'm just going to stick them in, just like so. So this is now just a matter of pushing the onions in. I already pushed some onions in. I just leave I don't do them very deep. I leave the ends of them, the foliage end outside. And I will cover them, however, with net curtain. These are, if I have old net curtains or IKEA net curtains, they can be used like that. They're not big enough to go over those little domes, and I will protect them properly some other time once they start sprouting. But for now, they can be just covered fairly artificially. I water them in, and that will be a job done. The other thing I will be doing is cutting making some cuttings out of these blackcurrants, and I will put them in water at home and deal with it like that. I mean, they need to be cutted. There's loads of videos on the subject, sort of on that kind of semi-green wood, just about here. Remove all the leaves, leave a couple of these on top, put in the water and wait for them to root, or plonk them into some soil in a pot and they will also root. This is the rest of my onions I'm going to take home and put in modules. And I'm going to strip them from the leaves at home, because we're just about to go home. gonna do a few which are kind of lying down. Okay, well, we'll see how we go with those. I will put an update on. And before we say goodbye for this week, I just wanted to show you, because not everything is always a success. Quite often it isn't. Let me just go under this very low bar. So I wasn't going to clear this bed today, and I'm not going to clear it completely, but I had to, because look what happened to my beetroot. I wasn't planning to clear my beetroot at all. Let me just show you. They've been eaten partially. Well, some of them haven't, but I'm just taking them all out. I provide quite a lot of stuff for the wildlife. All my celeriac, all is left is the tops of them. Let me just show you how beautifully rodents, some sort of rodents, have managed to eat very large celeriac here. So it's time for me to remove celeriac from the beds, and with heavy heart. Also, I wasn't going to do this weekend because I really have very limited time to process them. This isn't even a very big one. It's fairly small, but I know it's going to come to nothing. It's going to be all eaten up. So I might just as well take it home and sort it out later. I shall water now my get rid of those leaves and water my onions, and just show you what else has happened to my other celeriac bed, which obviously I have now. I'm removing all the celeriac, so I've got few celeriac here. Well, I thought I'm gonna have a glut, and I don't. And this is, I think, the answer why sometimes gardeners garden a little bit excessively for some things, because we do lose some of the crops. So I'm gonna take these celeries, clean them up, and store them for the winter, while I can now get on with clearing the beds and start planting onions and garlic in them. So with everything I've planted this week, I've done quite a lot. I planted the bed of onions, and we're going to see if they're going to do well, and I'm going to plant some in the modules, and probably shortly after they germinate we'll transplant them into those beds, which I'm just clearing up now. I harvested whatever the beetroot there was, and obviously the celeriac, which I wasn't planning to. I have not managed to plant any spring bulbs, and unfortunately that will have to wait until next weekend. However, we've done okay, and next video is going to be the October allotment tour, and I hope that you can join us then. Beautiful afternoon this Sunday. Pity I'll be stuck cleaning vegetables. So until then, goodbye.